As everybody knows, I'm not really into pop culture, but they put so much propaganda in pop culture, I'm forced to go out and watch it. And I went out last night and I watched Rogue One with my family, and I got to tell you, I was surprised. But spoiler alert, if you don't want to hear the details, stop watching now. I've got a 14-year-old teenage son. A lot of you know him. He's here on air, part of the news team at InfoWars, Rex. And about a week or so ago, he said, Dad, I really want to go see Rogue One. And I said, son, we went and saw the last one, and it was okay. Some of the others, the new ones, are really, really bad. I thought Disney would do a better job on the last one. My God, how do you go lower than Jar Jar Binks and what George Lucas was doing? So I was optimistic when the last one came out that Disney would do a better job. Because, sure, I'm a Star Wars fan. I was like 4 years old when the first one came out in the late 1970s. I went and I saw Rogue One last night, knowing that the writers had said they were anti-Trump, knowing that it was going to have some feminist propaganda in it. And so I was just intending to take my kids who wanted to go and then probably write and also shoot a nasty review. Well, I'm here to tell you that's not the case. This is the best science fiction movie I've seen in decades. It's also one of the best war movies I've seen in decades. It's got a lot of different levels to it, dealing with the metaphysical, dealing with culture, dealing obviously with the hero archetype. It's amazing. Now, here's the spoiler alert. They bring back Governor Tarkin. They bring back the X-Wing pilots. I mean, this is all the direct prequel to Episode 4, The New Hope. The battle butts up to right at the time where you basically start up in Episode 4. So this is a true prequel to 4, 5, and 6, and is incredible. Usually when you see the CG, it just looks like a video game. It's annoying. It's hard to watch. They've mastered it. It's amazing. What's scary is it's like the Running Man. They could take my face or your face in video, and then with a computer, most people couldn't tell the difference. It's amazing. Princess Leia's back. She's young. The voice of Darth Vader is done by James Earl Jones. The whole thing is amazing. The high-tech science fiction world, the architecture, they develop it, the streamlining of the ships. This movie is a work of art. At the end of this, I had my mouth hanging open. People weren't even clapping. They were so blown away. So I just went ahead and got out quickly ahead of the crowd. I'm not being paid to say this. The director, Garth Edwards, the writers have just done an incredible job. I'm not going to give it all away, but I'm telling you, this is an adult film that children can also see. I don't mind messages about women being empowered and women being strong. That was in the movie, but it was done very, very tastefully. It wasn't rammed down our throats. It was, I'd have to give it 4 3/4 stars. I'm not going to give it 5 stars. And it's got some cheesiness, and it's got the token stuff in there for the China market. It's definitely a global movie, but this is how you pull that off. If you're going to do that and make a film for everybody, you've done it. The suspense was incredible. It was almost too much. I was exhausted after I saw it, but I want to go back and see it. So there's your review. Again, I'm not paid by Disney. I don't like most of what Disney does. It's very globalist. They realize people have been rejecting all the political correctness. So maybe they're backing off of that a little bit. I would say this film's almost for everybody, but it is somewhat violent. A lot of women were crying in the theater at the end of it. It's very, very romantic. It's Romeo and Juliet meet next level CG, non-CG, avant-garde death opera. It's Guter Damarang, Twilight of the Gods, Ragnarok. It's crazy. Now, when I say this is a film for everybody, I'm saying 10 or 11 up because there is a lot of violence of it. It's not too graphic, but still you get the feeling of war and death and carnage, kind of like Saving Private Ryan. But at the same time, It develops the characters, and it has a sense of duty and honor. Very, very deep film, strong film, and I would recommend everybody see it. I've got to go back and see it one more time just to be able to fully gauge all the different angles that this piece of art consisted of. But this is the perfect vehicle for the relaunch of the entire Star Wars system to the public. And I hope they don't now dumb them down and lower the budgets like they've done with the latest Star Trek film. Because the first two were great. The third one, just you could see the budget was lower. It was more like a made-for-TV movie, and that's sad. We've really gotten spoiled nowadays with the fantastic stuff we see in film at the cinema. But I'm telling you, if this is the direction Hollywood's going, this will bring people back into the theaters. It's got the classic Allies and the British against the Nazis motif. It's resurrected with incredible CG, the original characters from Episode 4, A New Hope. It is, simply put, avant-garde. It's cutting edge. This is something entirely new, but with a nod to the old.
Young fool. Only now, at the end, do you understand?
This is the InfoWar.
Look, I'm not going to sit here and say, see, I told you so, that communist Chinese-style net censorship was coming to the web, because it's already here. It's being announced. The way you keep the internet open and free is you get involved more than ever. Go to Infowars.com/app. A new battleship in the fight. Infowars Live, available right now. We're looking for a crew to man it. You gonna sit down and play games and be a trendy? Or are you gonna be part of history? Don't sit by and let the internet and free speech be stolen from you. Take action.